I don't know why I never believe it. Alrighty. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Wednesday, December 3rd at 4:30. Thank you for your patience with us. I had a unexpected doctor's appointment that I needed to attend to, hence the schedule change. Um, and other than that, it is freezing freaking cold here. I'm going to have Eric build a fire when he gets home so we can sweat the house out because the heaters just don't seem to be cutting it. And you know I'm cold when I'm in sweatpants, a long sleeve shirt, and a sweater on top. So it is cold. Crazy B, what about you?
It's 35 degrees here
Oh, no
without
way.
wind chill. Without wind chill. With wind chill, it's dropping us down to like 30,
Yeah, with wind
maybe a
chill,
little lower.
with wind chill, we're at 22. It's 30 degrees, but with wind chill, we're at 22.
Mm-hmm. I can believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad. It gets bad.
Yeah, and we had a little over 3 inches of snow. So, I mean, it's
I did not
normal.
get that. I did not get the crack flakes from the sky that the 1980s missed. But
So,
hello,
wait,
Blue.
hey, Blue, how you doing? Oh, be quiet, Blue. 67. That's like tropical temperatures for us here. I want to
Yeah.
move. I want to move.
Yeah, but you don't want to be there in the summer when it's 100.
Yes, I do. I love hot weather.
Ugh.
As long as
I don't
it's
want too hot. I don't want too cold.
you want just right like the three bears.
Yes, ma'am.
I like that dry heat as long as it's not that humidity, that sticky, icky, sweaty, nasty kind of heat.
Uh-huh.
The monsoon thing. It's a dry heat. Here we go. We might,
I can handle a degree before my skin starts breaking out.
yeah,
Um I apologize for my congestion. I did just take some albuterol, so be patient with me. But I can handle like up into the maybe 80s. And after that, it's too much and I got to run the air conditioner. I
right.
just can't handle heat. It's like even now, actually, even this past summer, I had to keep the thermostat at about 68 or lower. I would break out itching, like head to toe. My skin would start hiving. I don't do well in the heat.
Look at what Vanilla wrote.
It's too cold here. It's 80. Dude, dude,
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I am currently as south as my skin will and my allergies will let me go.
Yeah. But I think where Vanilla is at, he's got the humidity, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I don't like
I
it
have
hot guy.
family down in
Yeah,
Georgia who, live in northern Georgia, so it's not as bad,
right.
but still, whew,
When you
they live in
walk out and can cut
northeast.
that with a knife, then you're like, ugh,
Yes. Yeah, but it's 80 and humidity with vanilla, exactly, 80 with humidity. When
right,
your water that's one of the problems I had in Michigan. Humidity in the summer, lake effect winters, it was
right,
insane.
right.
As much as I love Michigan for hunting and fishing and camping and all that great stuff,
Mhm.
and the cars, my God, Woodward Dream Cruise. If you ever go to Michigan in August, hit the Woodward Dream Cruise. And where the fuck is it? Um, not well, Oak Park is part of it, and I think Royal Oak is the just north of it part.
I see.
Beautiful area.
Mhm.
I'll
So
have
that
I can show footage one day. They always have at least one or two people with the goofy cars where the
right,
car looks like it's driving backwards or upside down or something like that. Silly shit. And that gets everybody laughing.
right. So Vanilla says it's always raining. See, I don't like the rain. I'd rather have snow than rain. And Blue says, I
I'd
told
rather
you
have neither.
she's got to move because Mother Nature every day is a hurricane. Yeah,
Ugh.
she calls her weather bipolar, which I think is hysterical.
Well, that's what happens when you live right on an ocean or a lake. You're going to
Right,
get some bizarre shit. In
right.
Michigan, we used to get water spouts. Not they're rare as it is, but for an area with 5 lakes surrounding it, you get a
Yes.
few.
Yeah. Yeah, we get uh we're a few hours from Erie, and we still get that. We'll get that lake effect every once in a while, especially if
I
Canada's
lived
pushing that
I
up.
lived in the Thumb area and in the Detroit area, and well, up by Traverse City with my dad for a while. So I've been hit by west side of the state weather and east side, and the Erie Lake. Okay, the Erie Lake Erie, coming through the winter. It
Mm-hmm.
is so awesome if you're in Detroit and you can watch the barges going through. Another great thing to watch.
That's where the Edmund Fitzgerald went on.
No, that was Lake Superior.
Was it Superior? I thought it was Erie.
Yep, nope, Lake Superior.
Hmm. Oh, I'm
My
thinking of
dad raised me on the song.
yeah. What am I thinking of on something is about Erie?
Oh, the Erie Canal used to get used all the time. There was that
Well,
old
maybe
song about
that's
the
what I'm
Erie
thinking of.
Canal.
That actually went all the way down to Pittsburgh at one time and then got filled in. There was a canal that went from Erie to
Yep.
Pittsburgh. You wonder why they do crap. Well, because it went to the Three Rivers. That's why.
Well, it did, and it also went into New York, if I
Mm-hmm.
remember. What Erie, New York, I believe it was,
Mm-hmm.
or all the way through to Michigan, and it was a major waterway that helped get produce and products from the East
Right.
Coast to the Midwest
Right.
um, faster and easier than logging it in a wagon across the mountains.
Correct.
So, if my history memory of that region is still correct,
Mhm. And they
I'm
actually
going back.
it was filled in, and I don't recall the reason why, but ultimately one of the major interstates is now like kind of on top of what was filled in that goes up to Erie. So go
Oh
figure.
wow.
Uh huh. Go figure. It used to be well at the time it was a state little 2 lane kind of highway. And
Mhm.
it would convert in certain spots to a dirt road, back in the day. And then when they paved it, it was just 2 lanes, one up and one down. And then when they put the interstate in, they obviously made it 2 lanes, woohoo, in each direction. But I used to, uh, I got a job. My business teacher got a job for me. Get this. So you know how I am about bugs, right? I don't know if you guys
Uh-huh.
ever, if you knew, but I worked for an exterminating company.
Oh, so you got revenge on them.
No, I didn't. I worked in the office. So the guys
Oh,
would bring jars of bugs in because when they went out on calls, they
they had to
would
bring back
they would
samples.
bring back the specimens, man, and I would just be freaked out. But the
My
biggest thing,
biology class in high school required us to do a encased, like a glass encased pinned on bug collection. You had to pin the
yes,
bugs to foam.
yes.
That was a fun year. I enjoyed it.
Well, I wasn't crazy about the whole bug situation, but the kick in the pants was I would walk from school to the exterminating company, and it was quite a haul, right? And
Uh-huh.
so I went on this little, at the time, this state route, 2 lane highway, and I'd have to walk on the sidewalk. And there were some houses there, but most of them ended up getting boarded up, and the state was slowly taking them via eminent domain, to build the big high interstate. But so I'd go past these overgrown houses, and you should have seen the grasshoppers. I'd put my foot down, and grasshoppers would just start hopping out. I had so much difficulty getting from school to the business office. It was just horrendous. Oh, it was
I had
something.
to visit patients, and there were silverfish in breeding season by
Uh,
the billions. And they were getting into businesses, homes, everything. Or no, that's so some. It was like a flying. They usually live in the water on the coast, but they come to land to breed.
hmm,
And it's like I think they were called silverfish or something, like flying something. They're a flying bug, and they're I can't remember the exact thing they're called, but I believe it was something on the lines of silverfish.
okay.
And like everywhere you walk, you have no choice but to step on at least 20
Ugh,
underfoot. You can't avoid them.
right.
All you can do is block it out and wash your shoes when you get home.
Uh,
That is all you could do. Take your shoes off at the door, put them in the tub, wash them off, and then scrub the tub. That's the only thing you could do.
wow.
Everywhere. Like the freaking Canada geese up in Michigan.
Yeah,
They
we
shit
get them
everywhere.
here.
Oh my god, they're shit machines.
Mm-hmm.
20-pound shit machines.
Uh-huh. People
And
think, oh,
I hate
look at that flock of Canadian
them. Okay,
geese that are at the
silverfish
park.
fish don't have wings, only legs. So it must have been something else. I
Okay.
can't remember what they were called, but they have a flying thingy by the lakes, or maybe they did crawl. I don't know, and it looked like they had wings. I can't remember exactly. I just know they were silver, sparkly, and get the hell away from them as fast as possible.
Right, right,
And so it's like, again, this is something that happens every year. And I mean, you open the door to a business, a swarm comes in. You have, and then it's like, wow, really? They just swarm in everywhere. They're like all over the place. I
see, I
can't
have
stand
to
them.
wear one of those hazmat or beekeeper suits in that case. Oh, I wouldn't be able to survive. Uh,
Oh God.
that's funny. All right, girl. What
Hold
do we
on.
got up? I think.
I'm Googling silverfish. Oh, you know what? These were them. This is what I was seeing.
Okay,
Never mind.
let's.
They didn't have wings.
Well, let's see a picture of it.
This is what they look like. Oh, I gotta put up the tit. Duh. Let me open it. So you guys can see. This is the little bastards.
What are they called?
Silverfish.
But you
See how
said
they
they
have an
flew.
antenna coming out their ass? You can't tell which end is which sometimes.
Yeah, but you said they flew.
I thought they did. I these ones are. I said I wasn't. I keep going from bad memories here.
Okay.
Yeah, but these were all over the ground, all over. Like I said, people's houses, the yards, sidewalks. There is no escaping these little fuckers.
See, I believe what we call silverfish have like little pinchers on the end. Hmm.
Hold on. Let me take a look at this picture. Um, that is what. Hold on. Let me share this page instead.
Sad.
This is what they look like in this end. Do silverfish bite, sting, or damage property? Paper, books, clothing, food storage, and wallpaper and glue. They will eat that shit.
Wow.
Weird.
Hey, hun.
Uh, and it goes, oh, there's something called a fire brat, an earwig,
Thank
and
you.
a centipede. Earwigs are fucking creepy.
Yeah,
I
they.
don't like them.
Yeah, I never heard of a fire brat before.
I have, but I can't remember where.
Hmm. So, wonder. See, again, I think our silverfish are. Maybe it's a type of centipede. We better not. We better get off this topic. I'll be having
Yeah,
like
we could be on this
nightmares.
forever.
Yeah.
We
Well,
could
no, I'll be
literally.
having bug nightmares. That's all.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll stop that.
Ugh, especially, yeah. Just show a. Re- oh my lord.
Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. I'll pay you back.
Blue Rose says gross too. Well, you asked what it looks like, and I was trying to get out of there quickly and close the tabs
Uh,
from
yeah,
sharing.
right. You were just
So
taking that last glance. Torture.
you, it, I had it on. I had it on the same line as the studio, the
I
window
see.
that the
Yeah.
studio's in.
Uh
That
huh.
I just typed it in the same window,
Window.
not on a different one. So I couldn't like just hit stop share.
Okay, you go with that.
I'll ask my niece. She loves bugs and animals. I don't have a
Yeah,
problem with most bugs. Only the eight-legged spawns of Satan.
exactly. I do recall that. Christmas is
Yeah.
coming. I'll send you one in a jar. Or
No.
since you like that pin version from high school,
Mm-mm.
I'll have each leg
I
pin.
didn't touch the spiders for that one. But what was funny is a couple of years before my class, someone's beetle didn't die. It stayed hibernated. It woke up and then ate all the other bugs in the case. Freaking
Ugh.
hilarious. Um, that did not get an A.
I'll bet it did. Why? Just because it didn't kill its bug appropriately to get pinned? Okay.
No, the bug pulled itself and the pin up and went and ate the rest of the specimens that were dead
Oh well. Hey, they
because
could
that's
have
what
said,
beetles do.
yeah, they could have gotten away with, hey, that's what we trained our beetle to do. That was a real
Uh,
case of beetle juice, right?
yeah, there we go.
All
Yeah,
right, what do we
there.
got up first? You should have a new Christmas craft for us today.
I do actually, and
Okay.
it's one we've talked about, and it's one of my favorites of all times. I make this just for the hell of it when I have the supplies.
Okay.
Broken glass candy or
You
glass
need to
candy,
zoom out.
and
Oh, come on. Really? Okay, make the damn thing bigger, please.
it is. Do you need it bigger still, or is this big
A little
enough?
bit bigger so the audience can see it. There we go.
Uh,
Now we're
that
cooking.
might. Hold on. There we go. So we can watch this quick 1 minute video
Okay.
that tells us how to do it and then go through the instruction stuff. But I absolutely love making glass candy. All
Okay.
I want for Christmas is you is stuck in my head. Sorry, Blue Rose. That's why I don't listen to the radio.
Uh-huh. I forget Eric was singing one thing this morning. Uh, I don't remember. Anyway,
Vanilla. I love glass. Licking windows is my fave.
wet till they're clean. Fudge.
All right, here we go. Let's hit play. If there's music, I gotta mute it. Yep, it's just. Oh, that is such good candy. You use your
This,
water,
yeah,
your
not
oil,
for very little
syrup,
children though to eat.
and sugar. Yeah, it can cut the mouth.
Right.
It's telling you to wash down the sides with a wet brush, get it to about 300, and then you pour it into a pan. And well, I color it before I pour it into a pan. Oh, like they're doing. You can also do the um flavoring like they just did, but I usually do something like mint or cinnamon, something yummy.
Right.
And you can also do tie dye if you swirl it carefully. The
Okay.
tie dye works really good. What I usually do is I add the dyes, I mix it in like a little, like I don't really mix it, but when I pour it, I swirl it with the spatula.
Okay.
And you can also blend the colors. Yep,
And
there you
then,
go. Easy to
and what do
break
you
up.
do? Wait till it hardens then.
Yes, it takes about 45 minutes. They put it in a bag with powdered sugar, like I would do to, coat it, just a little extra sweet.
Can you put
And
it in the
then
refrigerator
oh,
uh to
I it would
speed
it's
up the
if you
process?
you could, it does tend to crack on its own at that point, which makes it easier.
Okay.
But yeah, it is something you could do. I've done it if your pan can hold up to it. Don't do this in glass.
Right.
But it says the total time is 2 hours and 55 minutes because you got it says to let it sit for 2 hours.
I see.
Um, you can 45 minutes to an hour is usually decent. But again, colors and flavors, take your pick. And it's so simple. I mean, literally, hold on. Where do they have the ingredients listed? Um, half a cup of water, 3/4 of a cup of light corn syrup, 2 cups of granulated sugar, extract of your choice, how you want it, food coloring, how you want it, and then powdered sugar to coat it in the end.
Hmm. There's
It
another
is,
one to
again,
try.
it is so simple. And again, when my kids were little, I would do the heating up of it. They could add the food coloring and they could help with the powder sugar at the end.
Right.
But while it was scorching hot, not touching it.
Right.
So, and
What do
again, you
you
can
got to
also
get the
put these in molds.
what do you need the temperature up to? Do you remember?
300 with a
300.
candy thermometer.
Okay.
300. You literally just boil the liquids and the granulated sugar
Right.
while stirring it. Boil it in a pot till it hits 300,
And
and
then you can
then you go ahead and start adding your color, your flavoring. Unless you want to do an entire large batch of one flavor,
right.
you can add the flavoring into the boiling process.
Right. Right. That's
Even the food
another
coloring
easy
can be
one.
added then.
Yeah,
Uh
and
huh.
that's something that you could put in a nice little jar with a ribbon or those boxes that we looked at.
Cookie trays
Yes.
scattered amongst cookies with other
Hmm.
candies,
Right.
platters for giving out for the holidays. I've thrown them in there with homemade cookies that we've given to neighbors. Works like a charm. And
Hmm.
just make sure the person eating it isn't diabetic. This is a diabetic nightmare. It's
Yeah,
like literally pure sugar.
exactly.
But
That's an
the
easy
kids
one though.
love it.
Yeah.
And you can also add it to cookies when the cookies are cooking because
Uh-huh.
it's not going to melt at the temperature the cookies are going to bake at. So you can absolutely leave these unpowdered. And mind you, the powdered sugar also keeps it from being sticky to your skin.
Right.
But if you leave them unpowdered, you can put them in a cookie. And now your cookie has a decoration in it. That's a sweet treat.
Hmm.
Yep.
All right. That sounds like a plan.
I
Like
absolutely
that.
love
I
doing
like
this.
that idea. That's another
It's a
easy one.
nice, simple, yup.
Yeah, so I think for everything that we've seen so far, what would you say is the most difficult one?
Um, the paper chain. Those bitches are never
I
perfect.
didn't I didn't expect that, but I'll go with it. Because I'm at the point of
The,
using a staple gun to keep them together.
or that little terrarium thing where you put
Yeah,
the little.
right,
That one's a
right,
little time staking too.
right.
But
That's
yeah,
funny. I didn't
so
expect
between the
you to.
paper chain and the terrarium, they're
There you
tied.
go. I didn't expect the paper chase.
Those bitches never work out right no matter what you do.
I know.
Something always gives. I
I
mean, I have put tape all around those suckers and somehow they still manage because
right.
somebody
I mean,
accidentally pulls it and tears a little.
I really like the one that they're real tight together, but I don't know how the heck they got that. And notice that, you didn't see any like big globs of glue lumps, trying to hold
Yeah,
them
well, of
together.
course, because
Right,
it's perfectly done
right,
somehow for the picture, and that's
right,
why it was so short. Because if it
right,
was a
right.
6 foot wall decorating the tree or something, no, it's not going to look that good.
Yeah, I hear you. That's funny. That made my day. Thank you. I needed that. Oh, fudge. Okay.
Uh,
All right. So let's try to. And again, for yesterday, for those of you that were unavailable. We kind of went off on a tangent. Well, I did. We got a
It
little bit
wasn't a tangent,
sidetracked.
it was a teaching
It was a
session.
teaching moment about Charity Navigator and to pay attention where you give your hard earned money to you.
And how to read the tax forms
Yes,
of those places.
yes. Once you get the hang of a couple under your belt, they're very easy to read and recognize. Look for the pie chart, as I said, and that will show you the ratio of revenue to expenses. And, if you see a lot of your money going to salaries and high programming dollars, and, nothing going to the programs, then you don't want to contribute their money there. We took a look
Yeah,
at,
when most of the money goes to employees that
uh-huh,
aren't listed,
right.
you should have a segment teaching moments by D. We
Mhm.
could. That
I
would be
could.
great. D is a great teacher.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I wanted to be originally. And then EJ was in kindergarten, and I volunteered at the school, and that's where I decided that I hated children.
Well, we're
At
not children,
least,
we're adults.
at least, no,
Well,
I
we
hated
claim to be.
children. At least 29 of them that were not my own child, because I would have probably hurt half of them. Um, totally out of control. So I then went uh, to be a adult educator, and as I progressed along that avenue, I then found that
You
being a
don't like adults
generalist,
either.
yeah, being no, that was fine. I liked that, but I went to attend different conferences with HR professionals on the student basis, is the trips I was able to go for a really cheap cost. And the more I found out about HR, the more they were like, hey, D, you're good at this if you want to make a lot of money. You want to be a generalist, meaning you know a little bit about everything, jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing. Uh, Although I have my areas of expertise, there are some things I don't like to do in it, but yeah, that's kind of how I never planned. This wasn't my career path, but it kind of chose me. So, but I do
Yep.
like to teach. Um, I actually, as part of my job, was able to go to other associations and have them set up like HR departments. I also was an assistant professor at a community college, so I enjoyed it. Even though on that realm, yeah, that's funny too. I had a class of 35, and you'd ask a question, and 35 people would look at you like you were crazy.
Those are always fun
Yeah.
days.
And so they range from recently graduated up into their 60s. And it was just wild where nobody wanted to participate. It
Of
just was,
course.
yeah, it was just strange, but stranger
Yeah,
things have happened.
that is
All
so
right.
true.
What do you got up next?
I have up this. And
Yes.
I'm let me zoom it in because I can
Make it
see
bigger.
it's small.
Make it bigger.
Yes.
Okay.
Bigger means you got to get closer, which means
Larger.
zoom in.
Yeah, there we go. So we have Senator Bernie Moreno wants to ban dual citizenship. And even
Is that
without reading the,
allowed?
yeah, even without, yeah, well, that's allowed. Remember the judges that we read
No, no,
off?
not allowed. Not allowed. Like,
Oh,
how
I
can
thought
you
you said,
ban someone from
right,
having two citizenships?
right. I thought you said, is it allowed? Is what I thought I heard you say.
Oh no, I said I was like, is like him banning it even
Yes,
allowed?
yes. Well, we'll find
Uh,
out.
yes, we
So,
will.
when as soon as I saw the title of this, I'm all for it. We had the discussion, as I said, regarding the judges. There was five of them, maybe six, that hold
Uh
dual
huh.
citizenship, and we questioned where does their alliance or loyalty lie, or
Yeah.
even when you take somebody like Ilhan Omar, who openly and repeatedly says that she is for Somalia, and I've never heard her say she was for the citizens of America.
She don't give a
Never.
shit about America. America's just a way to make some money to send
Exactly.
back home.
Do you know she's worth $31 million?
Damn.
Yeah. How do you do that in several years of being in Congress?
Pay attention to Nancy Pelosi and follow suit.
Uh huh.
Because politicians are the only ones who aren't going to get investigated.
Right. That's absurd. So let's see what
It is.
Senator Bernie has to say. And this is not Bernie Sanders. This is Republican Senator Bernie Moreno.
Do you want me to do the video or read it?
Go ahead. Let's hit the radio. Hit the radio.
Yep, the radio works. It's a
Yeah, the
radio
radio.
video.
Sounds so great. So beautiful. Can't wait for that story. But first, you can have one or the other, but not both. That's the message from Senator Bernie Moreno today after he introduced a bill that would ban dual citizenship.
So it comes down to what some Republicans call a matter of national loyalty. Our Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trow spoke with a triple citizen who thinks this would be a mistake.
The United States of America is often called a melting pot of culture and ideas.
You've got people who have experienced some other countries who can compare.
And Dr. Brian Edmiston says it's for good reason. Born in Northern Ireland, he automatically gained dual citizenship with the United Kingdom. But he emigrated to the United States in the 1980s and became a U.S. citizen 2 decades ago. Now, the triple citizen is a professor at Ohio State.
I wanted to be fully participant in the work of living in this country. I have family who live in Britain, I have family in
Before he even
Ireland,
goes
and
any
I go back and
further.
forth about.
Hold up. Before he even goes any further, he wants to participate fully. How can you?
Well, I
Go
mean,
ahead.
there is a way because he's not a citizen. He's not a
Yes, he
judge.
is.
He's a professor.
No, he said he gained American citizenship.
Yeah, he did. And so he holds citizenship to 3 countries,
Right?
which means he can vote in all 3 countries, or he can choose to just bother with American stuff and give up the other 2 citizenships.
No,
Or
but
he can hold.
no. You're missing my point. You're missing what I'm asking you. He is saying that he became an American citizen to fully participate in America. How
Yes.
can you fully participate if you're in Ireland and whatever other country you're in? You
Well,
can't.
having the citizenship makes it easier to get through airports, security, all that stuff. It
Oh,
does make it
bullshit.
easier. That's pretty much. I mean, if he's not in politics, a politician in one place or the other, and again, we wouldn't know unless he actually stood up for America against some other country, even if it was Britain or Ireland. We wouldn't know until there was a reason. I know people with
And
dual citizenship who are
and
absolutely
he's a
about America.
professor. He's a professor. Do you think for 1 minute I believe, after learning everything that we've learned about the education system, that he's teaching Americans appropriately?
I have no clue because I've not sat through his class.
Oh, I'm calling bullshit on him right out the gate. I don't care, right out the gate. All right, go ahead. That's what I wanted to, before we even got into it, because I did not watch the video. So I have no idea what this man has to say. There's no, you're either a citizen in one place or the other, not in 3 different countries. No,
Well, he
not.
didn't choose the England one. That was automatically put on him because of Ireland and England being so close. They automatically did dual citizenship for that.
I didn't
That
hear
was
him
what they said
say
at the
that.
beginning. That was at the beginning of the video. They said
Well,
that because he was born in Ireland, he was automatically given dual citizenship with the England, UK.
okay, I didn't hear him say that. So were you
It
saying,
wasn't he didn't say it. The news station said it.
okay, so are you saying that would be for like Scotland as well?
Uh-huh. He could travel anywhere in the UK the connected United Kingdom
So
without
everybody
having
has
any
a
headache.
dual citizenship that's in Ireland is has.
That's the way it sounds like,
Would you please
according to
go
what they
back to the
making it.
Would you please go
Yeah,
back to the beginning? I just want to hear them say that again.
I'm not sure where at they said it, so hold on.
Ban dual citizenship.
So it comes down to what some Republicans call a matter of national loyalty. Our Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trow spoke with a triple citizen who thinks this would be a mistake.
The United States of America is often called a melting pot of culture and ideas.
You've got people who have experience from other countries who can compare.
And Dr. Brian Edmiston says it's for good reason. Born in Northern Ireland, he automatically gained dual citizenship with the United Kingdom. But he
Right there.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm assuming that's for everyone because that's what they said or that's how they made it sound.
Okay. We'll get back to that. Hey JJ, no, this was a special it's not a new programming time.
No, just a off day
Just
for
it was an
us.
off day today. I had an appointment, a last minute appointment. So you're not losing your mind. I am. All right, Crazy B.
Okay.
We'll see if anything's in the article down below.
Um Vanilla says that he would have to follow UK laws while even in the US.
I,
I don't know about that.
I don't know either, but we'll finish the video, then let's check out the article. I didn't know this, so like do Canadians have UK citizenship then?
No, because Canada broke away. It's technically independent of the UK, but it follows closely with them.
Well, no, doesn't the king have
Oh,
sovereign?
they still come visit and stuff, but
No,
as far
okay,
as I remember, Canada was completely it became independent from the UK.
okay. I'm not,
Hold on, let
all
me
right.
Google. I'm gonna Google.
This whole thing I never heard this before.
No, Canada is not under British rule. It is a fully independent and sovereign country. Its final ties to the UK were in 1982.
Okay. Then take a
Yep,
look.
it had.
Would you take a look at do citizens of Ireland hold dual citizenship with the UK? Do all citizens?
That's what I was. Yeah.
Okay.
If I could type right. No, not all hold dual citizenships with the UK. Okay, hold on. Let me try Britain. Or did it say UK? Hold on.
Said UK.
Um, no, it's not for all. For those born in Northern Ireland, anyone born in Northern Ireland is automatically a British citizen.
Well,
It's
wait. It
just the
says
northern
it's
section of
okay.
Ireland.
Wait. Read the sentence again. It says what?
For those born in Northern Ireland, anyone born in Northern Ireland is automatically a British citizen and can also claim Irish citizenship. The choice is often personal, and many people from Northern Ireland hold both.
Okay.
So his parents must have chose to get him, or as he got older, they got him Irish citizenship as well as the British.
Okay. So I just checked Scotland. Same thing. Not all citizens of Scotland hold dual citizenship with the UK automatically, as it is determined by nationality law. However, all citizens of Scotland are also British citizens because Scotland is part of the UK, meaning they simultaneously hold both Scottish and British nationalities. The dual
Mm-hmm.
status is a result of the UK's nationality laws. So, a person who is a Scottish citizen is automatically a British
A British
citizen. Yes.
citizen. Yes.
No separate app is needed. I have an issue with that because of you need to be loyal to one or the other. It can't be both. You can't.
Well, just because you're a citizen to a place doesn't mean it's loyal to it. A lot of people get citizenship in a second country because of jobs or because family's there and it's easier to visit. That's what a friend of mine who I used to work with was
Hmm.
accidentally born. She was born early while the family was visiting other family in England. And it took 5 years to get her an American citizenship before her parents could bring her back to America.
Okay, so in Scotland, they're still working on trying to become independent from Britain.
Hmm.
There's going to have to be a citizenship proposal is going to have to be developed. Uh,
Yep. It's a mess over there. That's why a lot of people come here. They're sick of the chaos over there.
hmm. I still, you know, well, just because it's easier to quote travel doesn't make it a good reason to be a dual citizen. I mean, if we're going to argue the point like we did last week about the judges, right? What, where, where does their loyalty really lie?
Well, when it comes to politics and judges, I absolutely think they should only be American. I don't think that dual citizenship should be there. But this is a standard citizen on the street who happens to be a professor. Um, again,
You know what? If you're, but
I
here's
know
my
people
thing: if
who
you want
are
to come,
dual
if you want
citizen
to
and
come
absolutely
here,
American.
okay. But if you want to come here because quote it's a better job, quote it's a better place to live, quote you get more perks here, then you know what? Give up your citizenship and become American.
Many do, but again, others don't. And
And
it's not
I'm
out of
saying,
loyalty to the
well,
previous country.
let's see what
They have
rationale.
other reasons.
Well, let's see what some of them are. If what Moreno has to say.
And again,
Uh,
I'm not so worried about citizens as much as I am the politicians that are dual citizenship.
yeah, but a
The rest
citizen.
of us idiots
Yeah.
out here, I don't care so much about.
So, what are you saying then? If I had dual citizenship and decided I wanted to run for politics, then I'd have to give it up?
Yeah, I say no dual citizenship in politics, but if you're a regular person on the street working in a factory, a homeowner, whatever, you're not actually doing anything to take over our country and change our laws. You are not compromised that as a regular citizen on
Is
the
that
street.
true? Take a look at some of our Somalian friends or some of our Muslim
Those ones
friends.
weren't vetted properly, or they
Hmm.
didn't, or they lied, or they cheated. But people, like I said, I've met lots of people with multiple dual
So have I.
citizenships,
And I'm at this
or
point of
tri
and everything
citizens,
I'm
and they're
learning.
fully American. They
Yeah.
love America. They don't really follow the BS
Then
of the
give
other
it up.
countries.
If you love America so much, give it up. That's
But when they have to travel back, if they've got family there, things like that, I get why some people keep
but they
it.
still have to go through security and TSA. So it's not like they have like a, oh, here I'm British, so I get on the plane, before everybody. I
So
mean,
should we ban Americans from ever working and holding a job elsewhere and want to come back to America
no,
for
but
6 months
if
because their
they go
job
to
is overseas?
if like Rosie O'Donnell wants to be in Ireland, then my girl got to give up her American citizenship. If she says America sucks and she's got to leave, then give it up. Ellen too, give it up. You hate it
Did it?
so
I
bad.
think. Oh no, they didn't give up their American. They were
That's
waiting for Donald Trump to get out of office to come back.
exactly. But I'm just
And those
suggesting.
are idiots who are just playing the system, but that hurts other people, like the Mr. B Lloyd, who or
Yes,
whatever it
I
is,
know who
he
I
has
know
dual
who you mean.
citizenship with Spain because he spent 6 months in Spain, 6 months in America. It's
That doesn't
like,
mean
what,
that you
he
can't
shouldn't
go
be allowed
back.
to do that?
Nope, that does not mean that you can't go back to that country. And that probably has to do with some type of tax law, I would imagine. But that doesn't mean that you can't go back and live there in another
Well,
country
you just
or
gave another reason, tax laws. You just gave another reason why people would have dual
and
citizenship or
and
own land over there. You can't own land unless you're a citizen, but you can own land
bull
for a
crap.
hell of a lot cheaper.
That's not true. Look at all the
In a
Chinese
lot of
people,
countries, you have to be a citizen. I'm
except in
not talking
America.
America,
Except in
other
America.
countries.
Yeah, except in
In
America.
other countries, it is, you have to be a lot of countries, you have to be a citizen to own
Right,
land.
except in
If you want to
America.
own a cheap plot of land in the outskirts of whatever country, Austria, whatever, you would have to have dual citizenship in order to buy that land.
I got you, crazy bee. Except in America. You don't have to
So
be a
what?
citizen.
Like, okay, so all Americans should never have a second citizenship of any kind, no matter what. Is
I
that what I'm trying to get? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying? Is
the
that every
bottom line
American
is if you
should
want to
never
be
have a second citizenship?
correct, where's your loyalty to which country?
My loyalty is to America, even though I own land in another country.
Oh, see, you're missing what I'm saying. Other countries
Okay, so
require it.
just because I own land in another country, I absolutely am going to hate America and turn on them the second something goes up.
You're missing what I'm saying.
No,
Other
I'm not.
countries
I don't know how I'm
other
missing it.
countries require it. America does not.
Well, so America should better put some laws in place or start
That,
enforcing the laws
that's
we
my
have.
point.
But that
That's my
doesn't mean that we should make them give up all their citizenships. We should just make sure that we're letting the right people in for the right reasons.
Therein lies the problem. Therein lies the problem. They don't
Well,
vet.
because our government's not doing their job properly.
Again, exactly.
So
Look at
why
the
should the
country.
citizens have to give up all their different dual citizenships because our country won't do their job properly? Fire our government and get some new people in who will do their
Well, we've
job.
been saying fire our government for just about everything that we've uncovered.
Yeah, I've been saying it since I was 12. Fire the motherfuckers. The whole system is shot because of corruption.
Correct.
So
But I
again, but
do
you're
have,
saying that should not be allowed to hold dual citizenship. We should only have loyalty to America. And
you
you
know,
can
that
have dual citizenship and loyalty to one of those places over the other.
I don't know about that. I need to let's hear what else his proposal's about, and then perhaps I could be persuaded one way or the other.
Or are you seeing it from a your perspective, not what other people who can absolutely
And yeah,
separate it
I'm entitled to
perspective?
my opinion.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying, is it some? I mean, like you're saying it from this is what I would do in this circumstance if it was me. Versus, would you, if you had dual citizenship, would you be loyal to America over a place where you owned land?
Of course.
If you owned land in Canada and you had to have a citizenship to own the land in Canada, America would come first. And so other people are capable of that,
I
even
don't
if they
believe
come from another
now.
country.
And then what happens when we go to war or something like that? You're saying that,
That's
oh,
when that's when you find out who's honestly that way and who isn't. And I will tell you, the military is a way to gain citizenship to America.
oh yeah.
It's one of the
Look at
options. It's one of the
yeah,
pathways.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So there
But
are a
even
lot of
then,
foreigners who will fight for America.
again, based on what we're finding out, I don't even know if just because you would go and serve 4 years is that proof that you were loyal to America.
Some of them
Because
end up going into commissioned officer positions. They don't stay for just 4 years. A lot
I
of
know
some of them have stayed a lot longer.
we're talking some, and some also have nefarious uh, ill will against us.
And so far in the military, that hasn't happened. We've not had a military coup because some one who was using the military to get citizenship decided to get their way up the ladder and turn it against
Yeah,
America.
we haven't seen that yet, but there's been some small things that have occurred. But let's listen to what the rest of the video says, and then let's go pick the article apart.
Okay.
Emigrated to the United States in the 1980s and became a U.S. citizen 2 decades ago. Now, the triple citizen is a professor at Ohio State.
I wanted to be fully participant in the work of living in this country. I have family who live in Britain, I have family in Ireland, and I go back and forth between both countries.
Do you consider yourself an American?
Yes, definitely. I consider myself an American because I pledged allegiance to the US Constitution and was very pleased to do that.
But if Edmiston is so pleased to be a citizen of the U.S., Ohio College Republican leader Gabe Guidarini says he should prove it.
If you're an American citizen, you're only an American citizen.
He is supporting Ohio's U.S. Senator Bernie Moreno's new legislation. The Colombian-born Republican introduced a bill that would outlaw dual citizenship.
If you're going to come to this country and use our resources and seek the American dream, then that has to be a full-term commitment to the American dream. Otherwise, how can we trust you?
Guidarini says that dual citizens should denounce their other citizenships.
I got to pause right here. Okay, so if we can't trust someone from another country, but yet how many Americans became radicalized by Islam?
Crazy bee, that, again, that's a separate
So
issue.
are we going to go around and make every American citizen prove their allegiance? Natural born or otherwise?
We are not. See, you're mixing it. You're
No.
changing the subject.
It's a slippery slope. No, I'm talking the slippery slope down the road.
You're changing the subject. This
No,
is with
it's been done
to
before.
people that have dual citizen or more.
But
we're not talking
believe it or not,
we're not talking about.
No, this has been
citizens.
done before. It has happened to American citizens before. When the communist scare came through, and the government would actually go around and make people kiss the flag to prove they weren't communists. It has happened.
And what are you going to do?
And it very well could happen again.
Yeah, exactly.
And they got jailed if they did
the way it's going to happen? It's going to happen when the extreme Islamics come after you and say, give your vows to Islam, or else you're going to be beheaded or killed in some other way. That's how that's going to happen.
But Islam already took root in America back in the 60s.
Yeah, and where has it escalated? They said they've been sleeping and just have waited. Yeah.
And so it's here. It's a problem. We can't punish the future because of what we fucked up on in the past.
Correct. But that's all a separate issue. For right now, we are talking about those that hold dual or more citizenship to a country, to our country.
It is very slippery slope to coming after even natural borns to prove your loyalty. It is a very quick, slippery slope, and it shows paranoia in the government.
Paranoia in the government? Shit, I'm fucking paranoid. What are you talking about? And
the government should know its system works, and that these people who applied really do want to be Americans, and they shouldn't have to be sitting there saying, well, no, it's either all or none. The all or none thing has always been a very borderline to a dictatorship.
Well,
it's really it's a scary slippery slope for me. I don't trust it.
Well, I disagree. This is something that we're going to have to agree to disagree.
And that's fine. I'm just expressing my perspective and why I think this is wrong.
And I respect that. I respect your position. I'm just saying that if you're coming to this country and you want to be an American citizen, then you're an American citizen. Nothing is stopping him from going back and forth to visit family in either country. So what is the purpose? All you got to do is get on a plane, show your passport, and you're there.
Again, if he owns land in either place, or if
because
he has
that country, if you're saying that in order to own land in
I'm
Ireland,
it
you
could
have to be.
be one of the reasons. I'm guessing because I don't know the man, just like
Well,
you don't
then
know him.
we can't. You can't. You're making presumptions then without knowing
But
the.
assuming that he can never actually be loyal to America is also a presumption.
Well, then he shouldn't have become an American citizen. He obviously wants something from America that
Bow
he
down and
came
kiss the
here.
flag to prove Europe's loyalty. Happened during right after World War II, throughout the Cold War. Bow down, kiss the flag, or go to jail.
Well, I want to see stories on that. I never heard that before.
Okay, I'll pull it up really fast while we're finishing watching this.
Just like Moreno did when he became a U.S. citizen at 18. The senator was unavailable for an interview, but said in a statement, being an American citizen is an honor and a privilege. And if you want to be an American, it's all or nothing. How would you feel if there was a choice that you had to make, choosing between your 3 different citizenships? What would you do?
I don't know. I only just found out about this. It's upsetting. Loyalty is not something that is unitary, and it's not exclusionary.
And for Edmiston, his 3 passports tell a story, one that exemplifies the American dream.
You should be encouraging people to stay, not pushing them out, not giving them a false choice.
He says that the United States won't be better off if the melting pot ran dry. At the Ohio State House, I'm Morgan Trow reporting.
But they give no
Okay,
reason why. He does not give a reason why he holds triple citizenship. He does
mm-hmm.
not give a reason.
And as of Executive Order 9835, people had to kiss the flag to prove loyalty during the Cold War. Yes, right
Hold
here.
up, back up, back up. I didn't see that.
Oh,
Okay.
1 second. Let me go back. It said it never had a formal federal mandate policy requiring it, but people did do it. The
And
Cold
who?
War era, particularly the period known as the Second Red Scare, McCarthyism was marked by intense anti communist sentiment in various measurements: loyalty oaths, voluntary patriotism. Seriously, they went overboard.
Well, I could see where that's not going to stop anything from in the future to prove loyalty in whatever area happens to pop off. Right at that time,
Well,
they
you
will
can't even
make
prove I'm loyal until something happens.
true,
I can't prove you're loyal until something happens.
but we're still Americans right now. The fact that you also have allegiance to the other countries, uh, and he does not give any reasons for holding the other citizenships. He doesn't provide that to us, so it's still hard to make a determination on whether or not or why he does or doesn't have it.
This is exactly the whole point of why this is a slippery slope. It's happened before, and it could happen. Okay, so we start with the immigrants, but then it's going to slide into everyone or anyone they suspect. We criticize the government; they could show up at our door.
Yeah, I know I get that. That's a risk we're going to take whether or not they give up that citizenship or not. It could
I
happen
don't think they
again.
should have to be.
I
I
mean, and
just think
it's
that we won't know until it comes down to it if they choose to stay with America or not.
yeah, there was something that was said that I wanted to look up.
Truman's loyalty program. Man, Truman was fucking out of his
Yeah, I
mind.
know he was a crazy person.
But to actually go around, send people to just spot check Americans like that. And it wasn't during the Cold War. There was also one in during World War II
Yeah, I could see that
with the
too.
Hatch Act.
Yeah. Well,
It's not right.
The Hatch Act is still in effect, to my knowledge, isn't it?
And I think, I don't know.
I think it
It was
is.
the Hatch Act is from 1939.
Yeah, click.
It
Can you?
forbade anyone who advocated to overthrow our government. Yeah, it's still in effect. So me saying our government needs to have a clean slate could get me thrown in jail.
No, that's freedom of speech.
But it's anyone who advocates the overthrow of our government. That could easily be misinterpreted. If any government official decided to take what I say about a clean slate on the government the wrong way, it most certainly could.
That's a stretch, Crazy B.
It's not like it hasn't happened to people before.
But again, we are not talking about American citizens right now. We are talking about
I'm
those
just
that
the
hold
way
dual
it
citizenship.
always goes. It always starts with the immigrants and then it slides into the actual citizens. Hitler, Nazi,
Okay, if that's the
Germany,
case, then why do you advocate then for the illegals to leave?
because they have not applied for citizenship the proper way or they've lied on their thing. That's illegal. If you are here legally, you should not have to prove anything more than what you proved on your paperwork and by behaving as an American citizen and acting like an American.
But they've been acting like Americans, contributing to society, so says the Dems.
No, I'm not. I don't believe their propaganda. I'm staying in the middle of if you come here legally and are well behaved, you absolutely have the right to stay. And if you're here illegally, get the hell out. If you aren't honestly, truly loving America, get the hell out. And if you are here for some other reason, like business, you better behave yourself on top notch.
I know what I want to look up. Um, I want to know what the purpose is. If I could only spell.
I wonder if there's any pictures or videos of it from back in the day. Hold
Jesus.
on, this is actually from a history guy. He pulled up a news article from when it happened. Citizens of Axtell take exception to remarks of committee acts at night. I'm assuming this is also having to do with it. There's a
Okay, so
lot.
here we go. The purpose of holding dual citizenship is to gain the legal rights, benefits, and flexibility offered by two different countries simultaneously.
Well, other people have
So,
other reasons just besides gaining benefits. Some people,
so
like I
some of
said,
it, hold up. So they claim that you can travel, live, and work indefinitely in both countries without requiring visas or work permits. Uh,
hence making
In
it
some
easier.
countries, only citizens are permitted to own property or invest in certain types of businesses. Dual citizenship removes those restrictions. But here's the kicker: citizens have the access to public benefits, including health care and education in both countries, including social securities.
As long as they're paying into it by working there,
Dual
yes.
nationals can vote, run for office, and participate in political life in both
And that's where I
countries.
draw the line. No,
Oh, well,
not in
you're picking and
politics.
choosing what you like. Okay, a second
I said
passport.
it's a boundary. It's
Um,
not picking and choosing what I like. It's I agree with that part that they should not run for politics. I don't like that
no, but here's
because
the
then there
reasons
is
why
a
you're
risk.
picking what you like. You
Oh, for
don't or
fuck's
don't
sake. I'm going
like.
to just shut up.
No,
I'm not going to
don't
talk
shut up.
about
We're
my
having a
point.
discussion. Now we're having a discussion. This is a legit discussion on the pros and cons of this. We can't take the pieces.
You just shot down what I said it made travel work and owning property. You're like, that's not a good reason. That's not true, or that may not be.
I'm saying
And
none of it should be true. You either are a citizen of the country you claim loyalty to, and you don't get to pick which benefit you like or you don't like. You don't like the political aspect of it. I don't like any of it.
because we see what it does. We see that it's harming people. I don't see the person who owns the store down the street imposing on my life and setting laws that could ruin me.
Well,
Ilhan Omar, I don't want in politics because she is being pressured by her other country,
okay, but
and
for another
it's a
example,
problem.
okay, another example is, so in certain countries, you have to be a citizen to own land there. So we'll use Ireland as an example. I'd have to have dual citizenship if I want to have a house in Ireland. But the
Yeah,
United
even if
States
you just
doesn't,
vacation there for a month out of
right,
the year.
but the United States doesn't require that. And look at the Chinese that own land here. Look at the
And
other
I don't
countries.
agree with that they're letting, and it's not individual people. It is
Well,
a
oh
corporation
yeah,
that is
there's
buying these
individuals. We
lands.
showed that list. Not only is the government's involved, how many other countries that we permit outsiders to own our land? We showed that list.
And that should not happen. Other countries say you can't do it. We are behind on it. We need to close that loophole that can lead to problems. We need to do better vetting. We need to do all kinds of stuff to make, actually, we just need to enforce the laws that are on the fucking books. And then you won't have to worry about someone's loyalty.
Yeah, I'm just reading here.
Because look what happened to the Japanese Americans during World War II. They got thrown in camps
Yeah, but that,
because crewmen couldn't trust
right,
their loyalty.
and that could possibly happen to, look at the Somalians right now. It could happen to any
And
of the
these were
Muslims right now.
American, these Japanese people were Japanese ancestry. They were born in America, American citizens by birth, thrown into a freaking camp because someone didn't trust their loyalty.
Yeah, well, at that time, and even I could see it going into the future. Anytime there's going to be a war or things of that nature,
Well, then I
it,
need to
it
get the hell out of America because I'm going to end up locked up or dead by American justice the way it's being explained because I don't like the way our system's going. I will be executed if something goes off because I criticize the American government. I'm going to probably be executed,
crazy bee. We all,
even though I'm an American
anybody
citizen.
that's out on X, anybody that's a YouTuber that says something will all
We
be
would all be
well,
thrown into some kind of
that's
camp
correct.
because, and how is that okay?
It isn't, but it's gonna, you can't
You
stop
know, I would,
things.
if someone invaded America right now, I would be the first, well, I'd have to wheel myself to help defend or to help with the medical aspect on the back end, do an underground medical. I would do something to help Americans. I would not be helping the enemy, but yet I would be questioned about my loyalty because I criticized our government. And I could be thrown in a camp, even though
Any
if
of
I
us
was able to
could.
walk, I'd be first on the line.
It doesn't even
I
have
don't
to
think
be
that's
you.
right.
You could just be walking down the street and they go, she looks funny. Let's pull her over and question her.
Well, that does happen in other countries, not in America. In America, your loyalty is assumed
Right?
until you prove otherwise. And that's
Correct.
the thing. We're not communist China where they assume everyone is disloyal until they prove
And so,
otherwise.
under what circumstances do you think this will happen?
Have you seen the world politics right now? The people who illegally came in under Biden could easily pick up arms and start some shit.
Correct.
They really could. And I
But
would be first to fight back.
right,
Yet,
I'm talking about you having
I
to
could see it in the
explain your
next 20, 30
citizenship.
years.
Um,
I honestly, I've seen it. I've predicted. I honestly could see it in the next 20 to 30 years. I
that you're,
really could see our government turning on us.
they're probably working on turning on us right now.
At most, that's why I said they got to get more people that are radicals into Congress to push out the sane people. It's going to take a few years, and then they got to start pushing
Well,
laws with a president that's going to
well,
back it up.
according to the Islamists, that's going to happen within the next 10 years. And you'll
Yeah,
either
and
prove,
that's why I have concerns about this. You got to prove your loyalty stuff. It bothers me.
I don't disagree with that.
I should not have to prove my loyalty if I'm an American citizen, natural or otherwise.
I don't disagree with that either. But I do have an issue if you have, would you feel any different if you were a citizen in a Chinese citizen, a Russian citizen, an Iranian citizen that are now
Honestly,
jumping up and down,
I
screaming death to Americans in their mosques or
those
shooting
probably are
children?
not dual citizens. I would put money that they were actually born here and became radicalized on some of them, not all of them. And if they hold dual citizenship to their home country, again, they lied or they misrepresented themselves to get here, and they should be denaturalized and booted out.
And we're going to find all this out how?
That's the hard part because you can't read people's minds. And until we can, and even then that's a scary one too. Because what was that movie with Tom Cruise and Colin Farrell, where the preemptive crime squad came
Yes, I
after
know which.
people
Yeah,
because
right. When
yeah,
they had the
we're look
chicks that
now we're
were in,
looking at preemptive crimes just because they weren't born here.
right. Well, that was that. Was that preemptive? Was that the one with the things that floated in the water?
The three people with the precognitive
Correct.
abilities, yes,
Correct. Yeah.
and they were able to see the crimes before it happened, so they went and arrested people and put them on a
Right.
cryo freeze type
Hmm.
thing until their term of
Till
punishment
their
was up for
sentence
a
was
crime
up.
they
Right.
thought about committing.
Hmm.
Minority Report. Thank you,
Yeah.
JJ. Oh my God, thank you. Minority Report. Again, like, where do we draw the lines on some things with
Well, there.
this?
I mean, there's so much right now that is,
So,
you
because
know,
we're scared, everyone has to suffer, good or bad, because
no.
people are
I
scared.
just, I, I believe that if you want to come to America, right? And you claim that you love America, you bleed America, then you become an American and you give up your rights. I'm sorry. That's what I believe. That's the position that I take. I understand exactly what you're saying. I can see
I
that
just
these
worry
other.
about politicians who could be being forcefully influenced by their other citizenship, where regular citizens, that's less likely to happen because, other than, well, Chinese citizens, once in a blue moon,
The
you'll hear
only.
about an
Well, I'll
undercover
tell you
spy
what.
that snuck in.
Yeah. The wow. I was going to say the only saving grace out of that could potentially be that you would give up your dual citizenship if you wanted to become a politician. However, that's still not to say that, take Ilhan Omar, for example, and, uh, well, she's a naturalized American. She doesn't hold dual citizenship. So, but her
But she
allegiance is
has
to
family in
Somalia.
Somalia, and so what do
Exactly.
we do about her? I
Exactly.
mean, again, how many generations of America? I couldn't run for office because I'm only second generation on my mom's side, because I might be radicalized by what my grandfather taught me.
Yeah, but you
I
can
mean,
run for office. That's the
I
difference.
but she's a naturalized citizen, even though she's radical. My dad is a radical Christian. He takes
Well,
it
but
to
I haven't
extremes
heard you.
sometimes about
Well,
getting rid
there's a
of everyone
separation of
else.
church and state, but I haven't heard you running around screaming, my loyalty is to, these people. I will make sure
So
that you leave this
if
country.
you are publicly saying your loyalty is elsewhere, send them there. If
Exactly.
they are publicly saying I love America, I want to stay in America, let them do whatever, whether they have a dual citizenship or more, because they're publicly saying I love America. But even in their head, we're still in a guessing game because we're not psychic.
True. And I just
So
say
we
let's
can never prove
make it
loyalty.
a whole lot easier on the process and eliminate it.
I like this one. If you're advocating for another country, then you're not allowed in politics. Because
Right.
we have a lot of Americans rooting for Palestine right now, American born,
Yeah.
all over
Well,
the place.
Well,
Send
yeah,
them
but
there.
then there's the whole Palestine and Israel argument. Your people are picking one side or the
That's
other.
not our business to get into.
Thank you.
I agree. That's not our business to get into. We shouldn't be advocating one side or the other.
Right. But we even got damn politicians, you know what I mean, that are, how are they advocating? And, the majority are advocating
And
for
this
Israel,
is why we need to
except
find
for the,
ways to cut out the corruption, cut out the lobbying, cut out the bullshit,
yep,
and focus on America, not the rest of the world.
right.
That's my thing. And if people want to come here and have okay, you're from Paris. You want to live in America. You want to start a business here. You want to do the American thing. But you, for some reason, still want to hold your land to pass on to your kids or a family member over in France, whatever your reason. As long as you are supporting America, America first, because that's where you live at this time, America first, and go from there.
Well,
Just
I
be
also
an
have an
American.
issue with I don't know enough about the benefits that work, Social Security, what you can and can't claim. So,
Well, even as a naturalized citizen or dual citizen, if you are paying into the country's social security system, you can collect from it.
right. But I want to know more. I need to know more about that. Of if there's any type of double dipping, I guess, or you know, I keep this for that. You know,
Well, heck, my stepdad was double dipping. He was pulling from. This was before it was allowed. He was pulling from Social Security and his veterans benefits at the same time before they changed the law to allow it. He
yeah.
got
Well, it was
busted.
allowed back then. You know what I'm
No, it
saying?
wasn't. No,
I,
he got busted and had to pay back thousands of dollars and spent a little bit of time in jail for it.
oh, well, then that's a different story.
He was and he was born and raised America, fought in Vietnam in the army. He got in trouble for double dipping from our benefit system.
Yeah.
He lied and said he wasn't pulling benefits from the other place when he really was.
Well, then that's a different story, though, Crazy B, right?
We have Americans scamming the system just as much as we have illegals scamming it.
Oh, I know that, and they all should be held accountable. We know that's a fact.
Yeah,
I mean, that was
and
proven
that's
via
what
the
Trump's
SNP
cleaning up,
benefits.
and the Trump's cleaning that system up too.
Right.
And again, this is where it's that's how bad America is. And again, we've had people who came to America, and within so many years, they're claiming disability. Once they become naturalized, they're all of a sudden disabled.
Exactly.
And they
Yep.
get a doctor that they know to
Yep.
sign off on it and authorize it, and then you got your scam in that system. Every
Exactly.
time there's a loophole to anything, someone is going to exploit it.
Yes, ma'am.
Any loophole left open. And again, how do you say, again, how do you prove otherwise
Well,
on a lot of this stuff? When someone
everything,
comes here, and
again,
it's not
Crazy
always their
B, everything that
intention.
we looked at, there's a problem with. None of this is, I don't know enough. Let's read the article and see what he has to say about his rationale, other than
I
just,
don't think he gave a rationale other than he loves America and he's got family over there.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what you get. I never heard of if you hold dual citizenship, you get to go to the head of the line on the airplane. I don't,
I didn't say it gets you to the head of the line. I said it gets you through easier.
well, and what does that mean, though?
It means that they're not going to do such a detailed background check because you're a citizen there. They don't have reason to question it.
So that would to me might even be more of a reason, depending on what country you would come from. If traveling is made so much easier, wouldn't that be a whole lot easier to be that sleeper that just, yeah, I go back and forth for the last 20 years, and on year 21, guess what? I'm on the plane that's going to explode. I
And
mean,
Vanilla, I know people with dual citizenships who do have it easier for getting through the security. They've told me that it's easier to get through security if you are a citizen
hey,
of that country.
And it shouldn't
At
be.
least other countries, not necessarily America.
Yeah.
But they, from my understanding, yeah, they do a background check, but it's not as like intense or insane as what they do on some people. They make
Well,
sure you are who you are. Obviously, they want to confirm it. They run to make sure you're not on any list, and then they let you through. It's not as it's more simple as what they've explained to me. And in some countries, if you hold their citizenship, it's easier. I'm not saying America makes it easier. In some other countries, they claim it's easier for them to get through. I don't travel. I'm going by word of other people.
mm-hmm.
They claim it's easier to get through because they're a citizen there versus non-citizens. So again, this is multiple people I know who hold dual citizenship and get back to their country a lot easier than anything. I would love to see that because my auntie flies every year and the checks aren't any different with or without citizenship. I don't know which. I know the person I know from, well, England, people who go to Israel, and where was that third one? I want to say Italy. I'm leaning towards it. Italy or somewhere in that. Was it France? They had less of a headache. No, you know what? It was Albania. My friend from Albania was able to get back into her home country easier when she traveled by holding dual citizen.
I do not know.
I
I,
just know what I've been told by people why they hold dual citizen.
I mean, I can
It's
see the future of as things progress. Part of the proof here is going to be the am I trying to say the laws that they're passing with like real ID and the BSG scores, things of that nature. What China is doing right now, right? Where
Yeah, we're basically doing what China was doing.
but the thing is it's coming. People aren't paying attention. You and I have been reporting on this. We're going
And
down.
there's no stopping it,
I know.
unfortunately.
We're going down that path. And this all came out through the WEF wanting this globalization, one people around the world. When this all hits the US, we will be no better off than China is, where Chinese, their middle class, is now sleeping on the streets
Yeah,
based
because
on
there
the
is no middle
reporting.
class.
Yeah, based on the reporting of what's gotten back. They're
It's
tracking.
rich or poor.
Exactly. They're tracking the movement of where you go. There's going to be no hiding. Once they go
Eh,
to digital
but
banking, you can
Missouri
forget
is
it.
copying the UK by not allowing VPNs anymore. We
Exactly.
have states that are telling us what we can and can't do on the internet.
Right. So
This
we are
child ID crap that
right.
confirm your identity shit is another big problem.
Right. So we are headed down that path. Uh and if you don't have these things, if you don't do a digital ID or the states that's what Illinois that's rolling that out already within the next couple weeks, where your driver's license and that's going to be tied to yeah, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but they're going to be able to track movement. Even now, think about this. You're on the interstate, you're on the turnpike, and there are cameras watching you everywhere.
Uh-huh.
So when you go by such and such a, interchange or whatever, there's a camera that takes a picture of your license plate and your car looks like. Or even take a look at what happened on January 6th. They were able to
And
go in with
now in a lot of states your license plates is tied to your car insurance and they can tell whether you have
yeah,
insurance. They don't even got to ask for your insurance anymore.
right. Well, I
All they
told
got to do is run your plate.
I told you the funny story about
Mm-hmm.
Jacob and Eric being out in the cars registered in my name. And, I haven't been out driving due to illness. And So my driver's license is expired. Now I have 2 years to get it renewed, but since I was bedridden, I couldn't go and get my photo ID. So they go driving up to their normal place and they get pulled over by the police. And the cop gets up there and sees her has no hair and he goes, "Forgive me, I thought you were your wife." He goes, "Her license is expired and I saw the car drive by and they assumed it was me driving unlicensed."
Yes.
So we
Yes.
already have Big Brother and everything watching
And
everything that
this
we're
is
doing.
a problem. This is a huge problem again, and
But
it's
nobody sees that. They're it's coming under the guise of, oh, it's going to be so easy. Your life will be so much easier. Banking and transactions will be so
and it's
much easier.
easier for them to cut it off the second you say something they don't like.
That, and you know where the proof of that was is in Canada when the truckers went to protest now. And
Yep.
Trudeau said, you know what? We're going to freeze all your bank accounts. You have no access to your money.
Yes, and that's coming here.
We're
If we
correct.
keep heading down the road Obama started.
Exactly. But nobody's going to stop it. And also, I don't
No,
believe that when all
because
these
they want
other
the
countries,
power and the control over everyone.
exactly. And I also don't believe that for the US to be the powerhouse that it is, if all these other countries are going to do it, they're not going to be the standalone and go, nah, we can't do that to our citizens. We know that's a crock. You know what I mean? They're going to do
But
it.
this is going to lead to citizens revolting.
I don't believe that. They're not revolting now. What's it going to take for an American, for
It's
any?
going to take the militias moving before most people will step up.
Well,
And our
I was
militias are our
talking,
first line of defense.
yeah, I was talking to somebody about the militia, and they're like, "Dee, you're out of your mind. There are no militias. There's no,
Yes, there are.
the militia's not going to stand up to anybody."
Oh, yes, they do.
Well,
I've got news for whoever that is. They most certainly do. They most certainly will. They have before.
and when was that? Would you say the last time they stood up?
Um, when let me look for it. Hold on. Hold up. Let me pull it up. Last time a militia. Well, honestly, I think. Hold on.
Was
A
that in
state
the Civil
militia.
War?
I know for a fact the Civil War. Yes, that was one of them. But I think they were also during the Mexican American War as well, or the Spanish American War.
So, but what I want to talk about is present day, right?
Hold on, I'm looking.
Okay.
Hold on. The last time it was used was actually in 2020 to assist with COVID pandemics. The COVID pandemic.
And what did they?
Minnesota. Nope, that's National Guard. I said state militia. Oh, state National Guard, state militia. Yeah.
But
When was the last time?
The National Guard is under the guise of the federal government, though.
Yes, but a militia is actually separate. It is state run. It was the Spanish American War in 1898. But they
Okay.
can. We haven't had a reason to fight back against our government.
Do
Actually, there
all
was something in.
do all states have
Um,
a militia?
all states are allowed to, but I don't know if every state does. Hold on.
Fudge. That would be why you keep it zippered, D.
Approximately 23 of the states have militias,
Oh.
organized state militias.
Do you know? Does it give you by any chance, crazy, be a total number or a number of people involved?
Um, hold on.
And this is
Da, da, da.
where
Oh,
we
now
are
they want to
doing
call it the
actual
State
live.
Defense
This
Force.
is, yeah. This is live reporting and live researching
Here,
online.
let me do here. Let me show them. So I'm not National Guard or State Defense Force is what they're calling militias now.
The
Frickin'
state
morons.
defense. The what? The state defense force. Oh, sounds like
Yes,
Space Force.
the primary control is the state governor and no federal recognition.
Okay.
That's what makes it different. I know Michigan has one. I know my state, Kentucky, has one.
Okay,
I
so
know
hold
Indiana
up.
has one.
Okay, hold up. So do you really think that Gretchen Whitmer from Michigan would really let the state militia come out?
If they're overthrowing the governor for being a tyrant, she don't have a say.
But who does? Who's in? That's what I want to know. If it comes under the guise of the state governor and she's the one causing the problem, who does it defer to if it not to the federal government? Where does it go?
Next in line after her, or whoever is not going along with the tyrannical movement.
Okay. Would you do me a
5 states
favor?
have an active naval militia.
Wow. Would
Really?
would you do me a favor and would you put that in the show notes too? I just want to, and would you DM me that, please? I just want to
The how
check
many
it out.
states? Hold on. I hold on. I don't know where. Um, oh, yes, I do. Hold on. I'm having a day. I'll send you the Google search.
Okay, cool.
But no, again, my family has been watched because my dad was close friends with people in the Michigan militia. They have an entire military system with drills, operations, training. That's what they hit the headlines big when that McVeigh jackass in
Yeah,
Nichols took
yeah.
out the Oklahoma City place.
Yeah.
The state militia was under serious scrutiny, and that was another time that they had to stand up and say, "Look, we did not get involved in this. We had no prior knowledge." The guy who made some of the announcements was someone that worked with a friend, was in charge of a guy we went to church with.
Mm-hmm.
He was overseeing him because it was that region. It was because, again, the guys who helped with the fertilizer to make the bomb lived down the road from me when I was a
Oh,
child. The Nichols.
yeah.
That's how, unfortunately, I know about all this and why I've been monitored by the government since I was old enough to do anything.
Hmm. So I'm guilty by association then.
Well, because my dad was friends
I
with
no no
people
no.
who were associated to people, and
And
it's like, yes,
right. So now I'm
very much
associated
so.
with you and I'm guilty.
Probably. But this is
No
why,
wonder
again,
why we have so many Discord issues.
I'm not trying to be a pain in the ass, but I've literally, if I see the militia put something out, they start making some movements. You see them going around town, gathering more frequently. You know something's coming. You know
Right.
something's not right. Pay attention. If you don't know where your local militias are, or Google it.
Yeah. And so Crazy Bee will put this search in the show notes. Go in and look for your particular state and city. See if it's available. At least pay attention. You know,
Well, and
the,
what's really bad though, and I do apologize, is you did this yesterday, and here I am doing it today.
that's okay.
I shortened the link for the show notes.
Okay.
Um, that way, people don't have an entire paragraph to go through.
Well, they might want to read the whole thing though.
No,
So,
no, no. I'm talking the paragraph long link that
oh,
tracks
gotcha,
everything you do.
gotcha. So
Yes.
you
So,
know what you could do is just start with the and leave it blank, like you know how it
like you
always gets
do.
carried, and then it'll be like,
No,
what the hell, or
no, but pay
um,
attention to your local defenses. And a lot of people don't know it, but yes, the states most certainly can have militias to overthrow any government that is tyrannical at any level, whether it's local, federal, or state.
what's the definition of tyrannical?
Abraham Lincoln, 1860s.
So, in
Why
other
we have a
words,
civil war?
so do you think perhaps the Dems' whole take on Trump being a dictator is them trying to warrant the state militia to come out to overthrow him, perhaps?
No, actually, most
Okay.
militia members lean to the right. They're more conservative.
Well, that's good. Okay.
They're more Trump supporters. Someone moves against Trump, they're going to make a move. There was actually a few months back, I got a message from someone who's more involved than I am saying,
Mhm.
keep your ears to the ground, keep your eyes open. Just a warning. There was some red flags that really shot high, which meant that the militias were potentially going to have to make a move, but then things died down and it didn't happen.
Wow.
So I get heads up from people. I literally received a message. This is a person I haven't spoken to in months, but he still reaches out if there's something like that. It was the only message I got. It was just a very straightforward sentence. Keep your ears to the ground and keep your eyes open.
Wow.
I already know what that means.
Right.
Something on those lines. And again, I'm not using the exact wording because I'm not giving that information out to the public. Get
Correct.
to know your people if you want to know it.
Right.
Because there is actual code phrasing that is important to know. But
Right.
yeah, I then forwarded the message to somebody else I know in a secure way, mostly secure way, as secure as I could get it, and who is also someone who needed to be alerted. And, it's a network. It is not just, and this wasn't even my state. This came from a different state that militia was looking at possibly having to move
So I
and make
got
a movement.
to, so I got to get those carrier pigeons up and running pretty soon, or up and flying soon.
They're so easy to train. It don't take that long.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, this is again why I say I pay attention to what the militias are doing. I'm not paying attention to the news.
Mm-hmm.
All this hype, all this talk, if it came down to it, and there was a ground invasion into America, they're more trustworthy than our federal government, our federal military.
Well, that that was already said. That one comedian, the black comedian, was on. In fact, he's out there on YouTube where he does a whole thing of, if America gets invaded, right, and the
Yep.
military shows up, the military's going to be like, "What the frick happened around here?"
through
And
the redneck belt.
exactly,
There's going to be beer cans,
yes,
bullets, and
right,
vehicles
and
sitting everywhere,
U.S.
bodies
flags, and
everywhere, and the
yep,
military's too late.
yep, they were
Yes,
too late, and the militia was there.
the
But
militia and the citizens, because more citizens are going to help them, the militia, than
they would the
anything.
federal government, right?
And again,
So,
even the state militia stepped up over in North Carolina when the government wasn't stepping in to help.
hmm,
The federal government wasn't doing stuff to help clear roads and all that. The state militia organized movement to get those roads cleared and get people secure.
okay, all right. Can we
They have
just
multiple purposes. I'm sorry, we get so
we're
sidetracked
good.
on the.
I was going to say, could we just go back real quick and take a look at that article? I just want to see if he
Yes.
says anything, and if he doesn't, um, we will have in the description, obviously, the information that we've just read, and this just came out yesterday. So I cannot speak to other than what I just searched and read to you. I don't know what types of benefit programs. I understand about the land and some other things. So, as of what I know right now, I'm saying that I would expect you to become fully American. If there's something that is truly, you know, that I could see it, perhaps there could be exceptions. And the other thing is, I don't know the exact number. Like, how many people are we talking? Millions, a couple 100,000, whatever.
In
I don't know.
America, we're looking at a few million that
Okay.
are dual citizenship, even American citizens who got citizenship somewhere else for some reason or another.
Okay.
They were born, raised in America, but decided to become citizens of another country for whatever reason.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and scroll down up,
This
please.
is basically, well, this is
It's
just
just a
a
okay.
transcript of the
I
video.
wanted to see the bill. Do we have, there's
What
nothing,
do they offer? Oh, here it is.
yeah, let's see what that says.
Oh God, they make it so freaking small. Um,
Okay.
it is only 4 pages, so here we
I
are.
just want to just, allegiance must be undivided. Okay. Okay. Hold up. Maintain foreign creates conflicts of interest, divided loyalties. Okay. Definitions. Okay. That's easy enough. Immigration laws. Okay. I want to see if he gives any good reasons. Uh,
In the bill for why? Because he just
yeah.
doesn't want people having split loyalty.
Is that all we
That's
said?
it.
Huh?
That seems to be because I've
Okay.
not
Hold up.
seen him give any other reason.
Okay. Carry on procedures. Yeah, he's really. It doesn't see that doesn't
I could
satisfy.
see saying that about people from the Middle East. I could see maybe being selective on who can't hold dual citizenship. That way they can't flee back easily after blowing up a building or something. And oh
Right.
my God, we're going to get flagged. Shit. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
no,
I,
no, we shouldn't.
as an example,
YouTube, yeah, YouTube, you can't flag us for that because this is a legit conversation and legit stuff happens. You know what I mean? We're
and we're
talking
talking legitimate scenarios.
correct. We're talking realistic potential things that could happen to the country and the reasons why or why we should not address these concerns. We are not in any way
Mhm.
suggesting any violence or
Anything
anything like
bad should
that.
happen.
Right. We are providing scenarios under which case should or should you not have dual
And
citizenship.
perspectives.
Yeah, these are different perspectives. Crazy B is on one end of the spectrum, I'm kind of on the other. We're not given enough information, I think, at this point to really make a good decision. And so, hence the conversation. And if you
Yeah.
flag us for that, well, perhaps you're the problem
We're
and
going to
not
fight
us.
it.
Yeah, they're the problem and not us.
I don't mean this as a promotion. I am just giving an example of something as to why certain regions might. I mean, again, I even like Trump's idea of travel bans. You can't even travel here from that country because it's such a risk.
Correct. And how
I
many
can
countries
see
are there?
something like that.
Yeah, he already put travel bans into effect. They're in
Yeah.
effect right
Oh,
now.
airspace over Venezuela.
Correct. So, so these are legit. uh,
It's
Yes, he
actually
does.
AI, not a guy
Yes,
from
he does.
India.
Because if you don't, yes, he does, Vanilla. Because if you don't return them, you're in a lot of trouble.
And actually, it's AI that flags you, and then you got to fight to talk to a person, but then you get an AI response saying, too bad, too
Right.
sad.
I
And
was just going
then
to
you got to
say that.
fight.
Too bad. So sad. All right.
Yep.
Scroll up, please. Let's see if there's anything else here. I mean, down.
Oh, no, there's only four
Is that
pages.
it? Okay. That's how it
Yeah.
ends. Okay. Well,
Yep.
see.
It's a short, concise bill,
Right.
and I like that it's short and concise. I just, I think it's a little bit more of a gray zone. It's not just black or white. And I don't mean that
Well,
in race. I
yeah,
mean
and
morally.
the issue with some of this, right, picking and choosing is then the waters then just become muddier. Uh
I know.
there's
And it's like that's why I say, the only real thing I see working is if you hold multiple citizenships, you can't run for office in the federal government or in the
or
judicial system,
right, or I would say perhaps I don't know
even
enough
state
about the
level.
benefits. Yeah, some of the stuff you shouldn't be able to double dip in. Uh and again, I would need to know more about that and what type of costs we're looking at. Nobody so far has provided a good rationale for any of that. So I can only go based
Now,
on the
I
knowledge.
I want to say I remember something from the 2010s where people were American citizens claiming disability but living in a different country where they were dual
Yes.
citizen, and
Yes.
they lost their benefits because they weren't living in America to collect that benefit. I
Hmm.
do remember there was something about that in the
Well,
2010s.
we talked about this again yesterday, where American citizens, now they're not claiming dual citizenship, but they are fleeing America to live in foreign countries because either the cost of living is cheaper, they treat the elderly and the disabled better. The US dollar stretches farther in a foreign country.
Other countries. Well,
Mm-hmm.
like we talked about the scammers
Right.
overseas.
Yes.
The In India, it's the telemarketing scams. In
Correct.
Asia, it's the influencer type scams.
Mm-hmm.
They trap you and the honeypots
Right.
basically to
Right.
get your money, and then they just leave you high and dry at some point,
Mm-hmm.
and you're royally fucked and lose out on thousands and thousands of
You know,
dollars.
why did this just pop into my head when you said honey pot? I've always always heard it from the man chasing the woman perspective, right? I
Well, that's
don't
what
know.
this is. A lot of the women are
I
on camera, and all the men want to marry them and love them
Right.
so much just because of the video and a few little personal chat messages. And all of a sudden, oh, I need help with my electric bill, or I need help with my
Mm-hmm.
money rent for my house.
Right.
And then, oh, next
I've
thing you know, you're out. You're
Right. And
screwed.
I've actually seen one where they were actually all men acting as women. And
Yes, that's even
yes.
funnier. Oh my
Right.
god, that one's great. When
Right.
it's
But I've
men
never
using a
seen
virtual avatar, oh my
yes.
god, fucking
But I've
funny.
never seen women where men are, professing to be the man and the woman wanting to go to the man. Or I wonder if they have it for, like, the gay people or whatever. I've always only seen it
Oh,
where
there is. Oh
the
yeah.
I
Oh yeah,
know that, but I'm
there
just
is.
saying, and please, YouTube, don't send me any videos on it just because you heard it in the algorithm. I don't want to see those videos. I'm just saying, usually you see the honeypot being the man chasing the woman. And,
Oh no, there's been women who were catfished by men. They
mm-hmm,
went to help them. Oh, my wife passed away, the lonely widower,
right,
who needs help, and women get wrapped up because of their emotions. And
right.
yeah, and there was one guy I was met on Twitter, military guy claiming
The
to
one
be.
that wanted to marry
Oh,
you? Was that the one that
well,
wanted
yeah,
to
he was
marry
one
you?
of them. Well, this guy wanted me to send him some gift cards until his money came in. Well, I know how the military works. I know he doesn't need help for B. He lives in a fucking barrack. He told me so. And so he's got plenty of money. And I'm looking at his patch, and he's telling me his last name was this. I'm like, well, why does your patch say that? And he goes, oh, that's just my first name. And I'm like, I know how the military uniforms are. One, that's not you. It was someone using legitimate person in the military's photos trying to scam women to get money. Oh, he was probably from India, or she
Right.
was probably from who knows where, because it was never voice call, it was always text message.
Mm-hmm.
So this was back before I even moved down here. We're talking like 2019. Someone I was just talking to as a friend was like, hey, can you help me out? I need some money for my Xbox account. Can you get me so much on it?
His ex-boss.
And I'm like, you're in the military. You don't have money for an Xbox account, but you live in the barracks, which means you don't pay rent.
And you said, I could give you some Roblox, but
And
fun.
well, that's when I started. Red flags went up, and I started researching the picture, and I did some back image searching when it was easier to do. Now that Google doesn't want to do people's faces,
Mm-hmm.
and it led to a forum about him and other men like him that are scammers. There is an entire forum out there for women who have been scammed by these people. Dude
Yeah.
was claiming he's from Akron, Ohio, and all this other stuff. And I did all my back search on this guy. And when he didn't know enough about the military uniform and the military process and all that, I called him out.
Right, right.
I haven't spoken to he hasn't messaged me back. He didn't block me either, which is really funny, but the account's inactive now.
Oh, wow. All
Yeah.
right, so Blue is correct. YouTube, if you're listening, I need more tiny house videos and some more BTS updates. So we'll go with that.
My
Uh,
niece is hooked on what's that other group? Hold on one second. What's it's another group out there. Give me 2 seconds. I'll tell
Stray
you the name of
Kids.
them.
Stray Kids.
Stray Kids. Yes.
Hmm.
She is hooked on Stray Kids.
Hmm.
And she wants this stuff from this guy Felix, and he looks like trans.
They're not.
He looks I
They're
am
not.
just telling you how it looks.
I know.
When I look at this picture, there is a trans actor that looks exactly like this person,
They,
and it threw me off.
yeah. The one thing about the South Korean singers and that is the men wear makeup, eyeliners,
I don't
more
yeah, I
fem.
don't care if men even wear makeup
Yeah,
here. I just
men more
they're
feminine
like
type
feminine.
clothing. Yeah, more fem.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all
That's
about
what
it.
throws me off.
Yeah, trust me.
It really does.
Yeah, I know my South Koreans quite well.
Only thing I know from South Korea is Taekwondo, and it's mostly count to 4 and how to which kicks and punches to throw,
Hmm.
and that's not gonna go well in a conversation.
It might. You never know.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. It'll be great for them, not me.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't mind the music. I just can't get over how they look. So like, if I can hear it without the music video, I'm good.
Hmm. Once you get used to it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not much different than pop music from the
Yeah,
times in
like,
America.
look at Kiss. How do you get past that? Mm. Just
I
saying.
never really watched their music videos, so I don't know. I've only had the audio tracks in the
There you
like
go.
tapes or CDs.
Hmm.
No, I haven't even, I didn't. My first time watching a music video for one of my favorite bands, Soundgarden, was 4 years ago. I had never watched a music video from Soundgarden until 4 years ago.
Wow, you're
And
living
I've
a
been listening to them since the 90s.
you have been living a very sheltered life.
No, I just don't watch. I didn't watch TV for a long time. I still don't watch TV long much. I have stuff going on in the background. I'm not sitting and watching it. I have my TV running or my a movie running, but I'm not watching it. I'm listening to it. I don't watch things.
You don't know what you're missing.
Well,
Just say,
I've discovered that, and I've started paying attention a little bit more to some of the music videos.
I
Yes, I
got you.
have gone back and started watching music videos in Metallica. How many years have they been around? I've not watched any of their music videos except Enter the Sandman from back in the 90s. After
Hmm.
that, I have not seen any of their music videos until more recently. I don't watch things. I listen. I'm weird.
No, you're not weird. I listen too. I put stuff on in the background and can leave it and not watch
Yeah,
something.
but I'm 42. I'm like the MTV era. What the hell's wrong with me?
Mm. I'll
I'm
tell you
supposed to
when
be the
we hang up.
generation that grew up on MTV.
Yeah. Yeah, I can attest to Blue saying music's her love language. She's a video queen, I'd say.
Hmm. Well, I've started sharing videos on my server that I have
Hmm.
up. I'll share music there
Yeah.
from my generation, and sometimes that's the first time I've watched a music video with it.
Really?
I shit you not.
Hmm.
Most of those I have never seen the music video to. That's why I put it as a music video. Yeah,
Well,
you grew up
I
on
will
BET and MTV. I did not.
I will say though, some of like today's stuff that I see, there'll be a song that I like, and then I watch the video and go, oh, damn, they just ruined it,
Uh huh.
you know? So sometimes you
Well,
might not be missing anything.
well, with the Offsprings, why don't you get a job? The song from the mid '90s.
Okay.
I never saw the music video until about 3 years ago, I would say, and I was dying laughing because the music video is great. I just never watched it. I'm so used to putting in a CD, a cassette tape, MP3. I never actually sat and watched the music videos.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see where I missed out. Like, again, these are my favorite groups. I never really watched Korn's music videos. I had them in the background
I
at my
thought you said you
boyfriend's
didn't watch
house.
porn.
Korn, Korn. Bad
I'm
one.
almost
Same with
choking on my piece
ICP.
of pie.
No, no, not that. I've never watched ICP's videos, never watched Eminem's videos. I mean, I can go everything from the time I was born until recently. All kinds of music. I've never watched videos except maybe one here, one there.
My first record was Puff the Magic Dragon, and I thought it was about a dragon.
No, it's not. But there was a cartoon movie made
I
after it. I sent
know,
you a
I
link
know,
to it a while back.
I know.
And we just totally derailed our entire show. What the fuck? I'm so sorry. I did this too. I derailed us with the militias.
It's okay. We're good. We're all
But
good.
this we go from talking about immigration to Puff the Magic Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go
How
figure.
do we do?
That's why we're
Oh,
called Rex Sisters. And everybody that
yes.
stayed this long, thank you very much. We appreciate your support. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe this bad boy because we really don't know what the F we're doing right now. Again, we had a
Um
whole program, and wait till you see what I do to you tomorrow. You're
and
going to
I
hate.
want to address this really fast. Vanilla, I did finally watch one that was about a year and a half ago. I finally sat down and watched the music video. The song always hit hard, but watching that music video, wow, really just changed things up.
Was it good
And
or
again,
bad?
in a good way, great
Oh,
way.
okay.
Again, talking 30 years, 30 plus years of watching, I mean, not watching anything, just listening to the albums. And then you see the video.
Okay.
That's a great music video, yeah. And like even another brick in the wall. I have loved Pink Floyd. Since I was old enough to walk, I've been a fan of Pink Floyd. Tell me why I never watched the music video until about, again, sometime in the last 4 years.
Because you're weird, like you said. That could be the only explanation. No, I haven't watched music videos, and there's only certain ones I've watched, but for the majority of it, I have no clue what's going on in the world. And sometimes
Ah,
I watch stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, when.
Schism by Tool, a very good song. I still haven't watched the music video, believe it or not. I need to stop. I need to take some time to watch it.
Okay, so.
But I love the song. Sorry.
Oh, so the report just comes out that the Pentagon did know that the boat that was attacked in Venezuela left survivors, but they still did a follow up attack.
I have no problem with double tapping terror. Well, drug dealers who are labeled terrorists by
Well,
our government.
this shit's gonna hit the fan. Okay,
Well, let shit
so
hit the fan. Venezuela don't stand a chance.
do you want to hang a little bit longer to cover the last two things? Well, not the last two things, but about
Yeah,
naturalized
I'm
citizens.
capable of being. Yeah, I can be on a little. I can be on longer. I have till nine
Okay,
o'clock at night.
so do I.
That's when everyone in the house goes to bed because they got to be up at
Okay,
5 in the morning.
all
So
right. So this is going to be an extended show because Crazy Bee just can't seem to control herself today.
I apologize, but I brought up some very good points and
You
some
did,
interesting perspectives,
as did I.
and then derailed us into music videos.
That's okay. It's all good. Somehow it all
Yes,
works out.
we both.
We need.
Yeah, this was a conversation that needed to go on in depth. Not this isn't something you just skim over the whether you should be allowed to dual citizen or not. It is a very serious conversation that should be had.
Right.
It is
And
definitely. And again,
right. And I'm holding my position until I know further details. That's all I'm saying.
I'm drawing the line at they should not be politicians or judges.
Okay.
That's where I draw my
I
line.
definitely agree. I mean, we've already had the conversation about the judges. So
Hmm.
that, and at that time we even said, before we knew anything about this, that they should not be permitted to hold dual citizenship. If you go back and listen to our previous video about this, uh, when you look at the cases, and the majority of them are left leaning as well. Well, all of them are left leaning. So,
And this is why I think it should be American only. We
right,
again, other countries don't let foreign born people necessarily into their politics. Most
right.
countries are like, you're out of your mind. You got to be here so many generations.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the problem with England. There was quite a few people who just sucked it up for so many generations, and then now look what's happening. And
Right,
again, that could happen here,
right.
but it's trying to head it off and not encourage it. Is again, it's
Well, it
just
was
really hard when you have an enemy that can sit there and
be
play
so
that
patient to
extensive
wait.
game of chess.
Yes, and that's what
Yes.
they're doing. And I think that's probably, he has good intentions, but the explanation so far, or the exact procedural pieces that they want to this, has not been addressed. How would this work against this? How would that work against that? Is there another
Foreign
way?
diplomats that
Right.
like we have diplomats that fell in love with the country and
And didn't want
decided,
to leave. Exactly.
I want to buy some land here for when I retire or
Mm-hmm.
just to vacation to when I retire. And again, in France, I could totally see doing that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a diplomat to France. Holy shit! Yes,
Well,
yeah, you win. Yeah, yeah, I'm going to get dual citizenship down the road because holy
yeah.
shit, I would love to go there.
There should be and there could be potential workarounds some of these issues. We just need to know some more detail on it. All right,
And
so
again,
let's
I
draw.
think if
Go ahead.
proper vetting, it would be a lot better. Well, this kind of
Probably.
rolls into still with what we're talking about.
All right. Well, let's roll the next tape. Go ahead. Or the next article. Let's
It's right
continue the
here.
conversation. Yes. So now Trump wants to revoke the citizenship of some naturalized Americans. And here's what you need to know. This is from December the 1st.
And I agree with some of this. If they're screaming death to America,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. What is wrong with my mouse? There we go.
Need some
Okay.
cheese. So Trump
Here,
on
let me.
Sunday said he would absolutely denaturalize certain Americans if he could. The big picture. The Trump administration has intensified its immigration crackdown after last week's deadly attack on National Guard members, with the president placing naturalized Americans in his crosshairs as well. What they are saying, and this is an article from Axios, President Trump's, what they're saying. We have criminals that came into our country and they were naturalized maybe through former President Joe Biden or somebody that didn't know what they were doing, Trump told reporters on Sunday. If I had the power to do it, I'm not sure that I do, but if I do, I would denaturalize absolutely. Trump also repeated previous anti immigrant comments criticizing people from Somalia who have been living in the U.S. and threatening to pause new asylum claims for a long time. We don't want those people. Does that make sense? You know why we don't want them?
Yes.
Because many have been no good and they shouldn't be in our country. The White
Amen.
House, yes, the White House and the Justice Department did not immediately respond to requests for comment. And all of a sudden, I remember, weren't they the ones that were eating the cats? Weren't they the ones accused of eating cats?
No, that was the Haitians.
Haitians, okay. A catch just popped into my head. The U.S. Department of Justice is now prioritized stripping naturalized Americans of their citizenship when charged with certain crimes, according to a June memo. For revocation of naturalization, the U.S. Attorney's Office needs to file charges in federal court. The government holds a high burden of proof when attempting to revoke a person's naturalization per U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. You'll see it as USCIS. Here's what you need to know. What is naturalized citizenship? It is the process by which U.S. citizenship is granted to a lawful permanent resident after meeting the requirements established by Congress in the Immigration and Nationality Act, INA, per the USCIS. What Trump has said about naturalized citizens following the National Guard shooting. His comments after the shooting have involved renewed threats to naturalized U.S. citizens. In his lengthy Thanksgiving Truth Social post, Trump said he would end all federal benefits and subsidies to non citizens of our country, denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility, and deport any foreign national who is a public charge, security risk, or non compatible with Western civilization. I don't know what's wrong with that statement.
I have no problem with it.
Reality check. A wealth of research showed that immigrants commit fewer crimes than U.S. born people. A 2023 study led by Stanford University economist Rand Abramitsky found that immigrants are 60% less likely to be incarcerated than their U.S. born counterparts.
Well,
Relative
that's
to, go
because
ahead,
what is it like? Oh, half the crime is by black males in America. What
that would be
Americans?
homicide and, yeah, large portion. Uh,
So yeah, they're not wrong.
Relative to U.S. born, the researchers found immigrant incarceration rates have declined since 1960. The Justice Department's targeting of naturalized citizens directed attorneys this summer to prioritize denaturalization in cases where naturalized citizens committed specific crimes. At the time, a department spokesperson told Axios that denaturalization proceedings will only be pursued as permitted by law and supported by evidence against individuals who illegally procured or misrepresented facts in the naturalization process. Those who gain
Hmm.
citizenship through unlawful means and endanger our national security will not maintain the benefits of being an American citizen, the statement said. The Justice Department is targeting those charged with war crimes, gang activity, extrajudicial killings, and other serious human rights abuses, the department said in June. It also directs the Civil Division attorneys to investigate any individuals convicted of crimes who pose an ongoing threat to the United States.
Can we
How
pause for
many?
a second?
Yes, ma'am.
Um, Back under, I want to say Trump's first term,
Mm-hmm.
there was a man from Albania who was wanted for war crimes because he was high up in the military during their civil war back in the 70s, I believe it was.
Okay.
And he owned a burger shop. He was well known in the community. Actually, he owned three burger shops, and he was a very steadfast, amazing person in the community. So when everyone found out he was a war criminal, our jaws dropped, and he
Mm-hmm.
got deported back to Albania. Absolutely blew my frickin' mind. I lived half a mile from his one restaurant
Wow.
and ate there many times. Never had a clue. I spoke to the owner a few times. Never had a clue he was a war criminal.
Wow. Well, look at all the ones from in the Nazi party that lived.
Argentina loves
Yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm. That people
I have
find
family
out,
down
and
there.
yeah, I mean, many people are in hiding for whatever reason, and when it comes to light, we're always like, "Nah." I mean, look at the chick that I hired for the police department. Thank God I was gone. Like
Yeah.
15 years later, and come to find out she stole, over $35,000, and she turned
Hmm.
herself in. thinking she'd get a light sentence, and they put her in jail anyway. But that's another story. But
But there's still people will
mm-hmm,
lie, cheat, and steal and
mm-hmm,
hide things. And it's like
yes,
mind boggling. It's
mm-hmm,
so mind boggling. But like I said, steadfast citizen, law abiding, paid his taxes,
right.
helping the community, donations and stuff. When people, I mean, I'll never forget when a guy walked into the restaurant with a knife sticking out of his back and said, "Hey, I just want a coffee and I'm not feeling so good. Could you call the ambulance for me?" And the waitress looked at him and she's like, "There's a knife in your back." And he's like, "What?" He did not believe her. He's like, "No, there isn't." I mean, this made the news. This guy argued the waitress, insisting there was not a knife in the back, and the owner helped convince and helped get the medics there to save the guy's life. He'd
Well,
been stabbed.
jeez,
So, like, when you have someone like that, you don't expect to hear they were a war criminal
right,
in
right.
Albania decades before.
Hmm,
Like, just wow.
that is crazy.
So,
All right.
yeah,
So how
I
many
just wanted to
immigrant?
that mentioned reasons to deport people, and it has happened in the past. This is
Okay,
nothing new what Trump is doing by these
by the
guidelines.
right. So out of 46.2 million immigrants living in the U.S. in 2022, 24.5 million, or 53%, are naturalized citizens, according to a Migration Policy Institute analysis of government data. Who is eligible to become a naturalized citizen? In the past decade, the U.S. naturalized more than 7.9 million citizens, according to the USCIS. You know what? I question that. Yeah,
I know one of them who just passed the citizenship test last year,
I, I'm
or was it
just,
earlier this year?
I'm just saying, there is no way that the government has enough people to properly vet almost 8 million people. I'm just saying. Naturalized citizens undergo an involved application process, but eligibility criteria include being a lawful permanent resident for at least 5 years. And of course, I get kicked out. I shall return. Maybe, maybe not. Alrighty. Crazy bee. Now this is funny. Or not. It appears, I'm not sure if anybody can hear me or not, and we have no idea what has happened, but we are going to have to end the show. So we will pick up tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that being said, I'm going to end the broadcast. So everybody have a good evening. And as Crazy B says, she cannot get in. Stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and we will see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thank you, everybody, again for joining Rex Sisters. Please, before you leave, don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. And again, we support and appreciate all of you that have stuck with us all this time. And with that being said, you all have a good night. Bye. And now my internet's back.